It is transfer day. I can't believe I finally get to say this after so many months of talking about this, doing the injections, doing the medicine, everything, doctor's appointments, doing the retrieval. It is finally here. It is Wednesday, April 29th, and my transfer time is at 2 p.m. It is in TJ, so we have to drive all the way down there, which is gonna take us like about 2.5 hours or so to get there. It is bright and early in the morning. I actually do have another doctor's appointment today to get to at 8 in the morning. It's for my rheumatologist. So that from there, we're probably heading over to TJ to do the transfer. I am excited, scared, nervous, everything in one, rolled up in one. And then I have my blood work on May 9th, which is on a Saturday, to see if the transfer was successful or not. And that is the scary part, the waiting time, all of that. I don't like waiting. I like to be in control. I am such an anxious person that I need to have the control. But like always, that doesn't happen. But I'm gonna take you along today for this transfer, how it is, how it's gonna feel like. I obviously took off today from work. I was actually gonna have like 9 sessions tomorrow on Thursday, so I'm deciding to call off from my full-time job and just keep my private practice clients tomorrow because I know I don't think I'm gonna be okay. So yeah, so that is my two. I will take you along Wednesday and Thursday, well, today and tomorrow, just to see how it went, how I'm feeling, and just to talk to you a little bit more about everything else that's going on. I am taking a lot of medication still. I was actually in San Francisco this weekend, or yeah, past weekend, and I started all my medications there. I started 3 new medications, no, 2 new medications, but they're constantly, I have to take them throughout the day, so it just becomes like a lot. But yeah, let's get along this day on this beautiful Wednesday for this transfer day. It is transfer. I am at the doc clinic right now doing this. So there was some things in the morning when I got a call from my doctor, which was, it's nerve-wracking honestly, but I will get into a little more detail later on. But I am here in TJ, my transfer. I have to drink lots of water still because I need a full bladder, but I will definitely update you all whenever I know anything. We are back home now, and we actually paid for the fast pass to be able to pass through the border quicker. It took us like 10 minutes. Honestly, we should have done it the first time, but I'm just resting. So I will get into it a little bit more, but I'm a little tired. Actually, I'm a little sleepy. Maybe it was because I woke up like around 6ish, because I also had another doctor, my rheumatologist appointment in the morning at 7:30. So I had to wake up for that as well early. And then the drive over there is like 2 hours going, 2 hours coming. So it's a lot. It is around, I'm gonna be 5 p.m. So I did take the whole day off from work today. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna make it anywhere. Tomorrow I do have a full schedule, but I think tomorrow, when I have a little more time and I'm able to just kind of think a little clearer, I will talk to you all about like what happened, and also just the call that we got in the morning, which I didn't even think to expect to get a call like that. So I'll talk to you all tomorrow about it, but today I'm just going to rest a little bit here and there and watch some YouTube and just kind of relax, because I am, like I said, I'm really tired. So I'll catch up with you all tomorrow. So I'm coming to you all from my office. I actually forgot to talk about this part, and I was editing my video and I was like, oh my god, I didn't say this part. So the transfer day, it was at 2 p.m. and so my doctor calls me at around 9ish in the morning, and I was like, oh great, this can't be good. I thought it was gonna get canceled, honestly, but she called me to tell me that one of the embryos that they thought wasn't thawing the way they wanted it to. So they were asking me if I was okay with them unthawing another one. And that meant that they would put 2 embryos in me instead of 1, just to see which one would have stuck. So yeah, so that, honestly, I didn't think this would happen. And I guess we don't, I mean, obviously you haven't never gone through the IVF process, you don't really know what to expect. This was something I was not expecting to get a call for. So it was very scary to know that like one of the embryos was not doing well unthawing, and then my mind was like, well, what if the other embryo doesn't unthaw either, right? So so yeah, that day they actually did 2 embryos. I didn't know. So when my doctor and I and my husband talked, we all said no, just 1 embryo. But because this happened, we needed 2 embryos. So that was something unexpected, honestly, that, like I said, I didn't think was gonna happen. And yeah, I'm still like, what? Like, yeah, I'm still like thinking like, how, but obviously it makes sense. Like sometimes things don't unthaw the way you want them to. So yeah, so basically I'm just not looking the best. So before we left, they actually gave us a picture of our embryos, and you can totally tell like the difference between the 2 embryos, where one of them was not looking great and the other one was like how they wanted it to. So yeah, so that's what happened that day of the embryo. So I had 2 embryos implanted in me. So yeah, so like I said, I forgot to talk about this part because the next day I was so busy with work that I just went over my head. But yeah, so now let's get back to technically still the present, but back to the video of me just telling you all how IVF has been feeling like. I want to do a little sit down also video for this transfer video because kind of it's like that waiting period of what's happening. Am I making up these symptoms? Like all of these. And in my mind, I thought, okay, IVF happens, we do the retrievals, we do we wait for like all the testings and everything, how much we matured, fertilized, blast, all of that, right? The PGT testing, all of that. And so and then I was like, okay, and then that happens, and then we do the transfer, right? So yes, we did the transfer, it happened, all of that. And I thought, okay, that's like the most anxiety provoking thing, but the waiting period, very anxiety provoking. Any little symptom, I'm like, oh my God, is this it? Or is this something bad? Or is this something good? Like my mind is just racing and I just don't know sometimes. And then my mind went into, okay, well, if it happens, what happens next? Like, is my baby gonna make it? Am I gonna be okay? Is everything gonna be okay? I've been getting so many videos on TikTok, which your phones listen, obviously, about like first trimester and how many people do spot or bleed and I'm like, what? And some people are like, I bled through my whole first trimester, which is 3 months. I like sat down and I was just like, I cannot do that for 3 months with the feelings of, is this gonna be a miscarriage? What is going on? So yes, my mind has been spiraling a lot. And I know as a therapist, I probably need to go see a therapist for this. And I probably will. But it's just all these thoughts that come to my mind. I've been so stressed. I've been waking up 3-4 in the morning and I can't go back to sleep. And I just keep thinking like all of these thoughts. And I'm just like, oh my God, like I thought, yes, IVF is very hard. But also like the what comes next part of it too. It's very hard. And if we're lucky enough 9 months of my spiraling is going to happen. And I'm sorry for my husband because it's gonna happen. I already know myself. I'm someone who spirals a lot. Like, if I have an ultrasound, I'll be good for maybe that day or so, and then be like, but that was yesterday. Today's a different day. So yeah, I already know it's gonna be really bad. I'm actually doing, my progesterone level was actually pretty low. It's at a 5. So I'm still doing the progesterone pills, 3 of them, 3 times a day. But now I'm actually gonna replace the morning ones with peel shots, which it hurts. Like, I've been doing it and it hurts. I've been switching from side to side every day, but some days I have to do the same side that I did previous day because the other side is still so painful. Like, it still hurts really bad. It's still hard. I've been like massaging it right away. I've been like putting heat pad on before and after. So that has been working, but I think so much times that you have to keep poking yourself in the same area, it starts doing that. And I'm not really sure how long I'm going to continue doing it for. Obviously, if it is a positive, I probably will be continue doing it for a few more weeks or more, it depends. And if it doesn't, then I probably will stop. I'm not too sure, honestly. So yeah, so I have to get my blood work done. So yeah, it's honestly, for me, it just feels like I'm gonna be okay until I have my baby in my arms. And 9 months of this, it's actually pretty scary to just think about. This is how I'm gonna be for 9 months. So yeah, like I said, it is, I'm sure a lot of people's experiences could be very different than mine. And again, I'm just catastrophizing over here and being like, oh my god, this is how I'm gonna be like into 9 months. Who knows, right? Maybe once the first trimester passes, you know, I'm like, okay, great, now I'm maybe a little bit, you know, calmer. But yeah, just the waiting period in general feels like it takes a very long time. And just not knowing, and just like the itch of like taking a pregnancy test, but also like not want to be disappointed because it's still so soon. I'm honestly like, I need to just wait, hold on, and just wait till the blood work. Honestly, because it is something that I need to also learn to wait, because if it happens, it's gonna be a 9-month wait period too. So I'm not the best person that can wait for things. So going through IVF there's a lot of things that are out of my control. I could control the medications, I can control all of that, but I can't control like anything else, whether my body was reacting positive to the medications, right? And whether my doctor will say, okay, it's time, and all of those things. I could just control taking my pills, my medications, doing the shots, all of that. That was the only thing that I could control, actually. And making sure that I wasn't as anxious, which honestly, through the IVF process, like the transfer and everything, I mean, the retrieval, I wasn't anxious, if I would say. Like, yes, I kind of was just like, I didn't know what to expect, obviously. But the transfer was a little bit more, it was just more, it was just very, very obviously scientific. And yeah, no, just, I think just seeing your like embryos going in was something that, you know, it's different. You don't see that obviously from a natural pregnancy, but through IVF you get to see that embryo go in. Unlucky for us, my husband couldn't be in there with me, so he didn't get to see that part. But you know, we have those pictures, you know, we have that experience, but it's still very invasive. Like, it's not, you know, like, okay, you're just hoping and praying that it happens. And obviously I also know that when you're kind of trying to conceive naturally, you're also hoping and praying it happens. I just feel like through IVF it might be a little bit more like, I've gone through all of this and hopefully it works. Hopefully the baby sticks, an embryo sticks, and yeah, so I yeah, it's a lot. So I just want to do a little sit down video with you all to kind of share like what I've been going through, what my mind has been spiraling from. I've been trying to keep things like a little bit more okay, you know, trying to keep myself distracted a little bit more, but yeah, it is something that I feel like a lot of people do go through. So if you have gone through IVF, please comment down below how you were feeling. You know, I guess the week or 2 week wait period that we have to wait for. And yeah, just how did you feel when you finally did get your, you know, your positive? And how was your first trimester? Because I definitely will be coming all on here with great news. And yeah, I can't wait to share all with you all what happens next. Luckily, I haven't had to pay any like more money. The only thing will be like my medications and stuff, but that's just through my insurance. So that's just my co-pays that I have to pay. Other than that, no other money I have to spend. So yeah, I will be doing another video with what my results were and how much, if anything else, we had to spend on IVF. So yeah, but thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much for following through my journey. Like I said, please comment down below if you've gone through IVF, what your experience has been like. And thank you all for liking, for commenting, for subscribing to my channel. And I will see you on my next video. Bye.